I talk a lot about horror games on this channel, but something that might actually surprise you is I don't really like horror all that much. I enjoy the ones I talk about on this channel, obviously, and I'm interested in the concept of horror as a whole, but it's not really my favorite when it comes to genres. My actual favorite is comedy. In gaming, movies, TV shows, I love comedy so much. So I wanted to talk about games that combine the genre I love the most and the one I'm the most interested in. It might surprise you, but there's actually a bit of them. So I'm gonna start with the first one I found out about, Left 4 Dead. Specifically Left 4 Dead 2 because I never played the original. But like, Left 4 Dead 2 has the original maps in it, so technically I played the original, but we're still talking about Left 4 Dead 2. I'm gonna be as transparent as possible. I don't really like zombie games all that much, or zombie media and all. They're all too similar for my liking. Most of them have the same tropes and are way too dramatic. Left 4 Dead is not like them though. It's a silly co-op zombie shooter. I really didn't want to play this game when my friends first told me to, but I ended up having a blast. But what makes this game a comedy is what you definitely didn't ask because everybody has played this game. The story mode of this game is like a parody of zombie media. Everything is super over the top. The situations, the enemies, along with the characters and their personalities. It's a super cheesy zombie story and it knows that's what it is. From when I played, the main thing I loved about this game is the way it doesn't take itself too seriously. Seeing how stupid and ridiculous this game can be brought pure joy to my soul. It gets even better when you talk about the modding. Not only is it very easy, but it's the best way to play this game. I don't know if I have it recorded, but I remember when I was playing and all the zombies were Peter Griffin shouting obscenities at me.
I refuse to die.
Oh yeah?
Drink.
You can have the funniest moments in this game. It's even good to play with friends, but we're gonna tackle that subsection later in the video. Aside from that, there are single player examples too, like Baldi's Basics. This one leans into horror more than Left 4 Dead, but is also extremely goofy. You can tell the creator of this game was just having fun while making it. For like the 3 people who don't know what Baldi's Basics is, this is a twist of low quality math games. The voice acting is silly, the music is silly, the spelling of the plot is silly. Like look, it says note booze, but the game really starts when you get a question wrong. My first impressions of this game made me believe there was no way it could truly scare me. And I was correct. This game isn't really scary. However, it does successfully startle the player at times, which works well here. There's no way to completely have someone scare when the game looks like this. It's just kind of momentary spooks and then it's gone. Honestly, the scariest part is the fear of your run being ended after spending so long on it. The thing I appreciate most about this game is that it knows to be goofy. All the characters are executed in the most ridiculous ways. It might be called Baldi's Basics, but everyone else really sells the game for me. The bass boosted has lines that are delivered absolutely perfectly. Is that correct English? The principal slides around the halls like a goober. The bully with his voice drowned in reverb and delay. Kind of like this, give me your candy. And just everything about Dr. Reflex. This character is just pure goofiness. 11 out of 10. No, not you. Get out of here. Get it. You get out of it. You get out. This and Left 4 Dead use a very similar type of humor. They're both parodies and concepts that existed before that were extremely exaggerated. That's our first subtype. Put that on the board. Put that on the board right now. Bing, that's on the board. Honorable mentions of parody horror games are Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, a parody of not only haunted house games, but the abundance of jump scares in modern horror. It starts as this cute game with little jump scares to show you, yeah, just jump scares aren't really scary. Then it shows you how games can actually be terrifying. Like what the hell? Even still, it has comedy elements in it, and it's pretty funny. The other honorable mention is Sucker for Love. I was debating on doing a whole video on this game because I love it so much, but I'll probably do one on the sequel instead. This game parodies visual novel dating game. Most of the game, it's a funny visual novel. Maybe a little horror inspired with the gore and stuff. Actually, funny isn't the right word for this game. It's hilarious. The dialogue in it is amazing. The main character is extremely endearing, and you grow to like him so easily. But yeah, it has pretty scary moments. It doesn't go full on horror. It mostly likes to stay in the visual novel comedy section. But when it dips to the other side, it's done well. The sequel is gonna be more on the horror side, so I'm actually really excited for it. As I'm writing the script, I'm actually just finding out it releases in 2 weeks, so get ready for that video. With that section closed, we're gonna go to the other side of comedy horror, and for lack of a better term, the funny with friends horror. Now this isn't as simple as co-op horror, because that isn't necessarily funny. Games like Dead by Daylight and The Quarry are co-op horror games, but the games themselves aren't really funny or don't mainly provoke laughter. Almost any game can have funny moments, but these next games are focused on it. They're also very recent. They were the only 2 I could think of. Lethal Company is a game where you go in a place and find boogums. Your goal is to get loot, bring it back, and fill a quota. Very simple, right? Okay, Pete. This game leans more into the funny compared to other games, mainly because of ridiculous stuff that happens with the monsters and your friends in this game. The in-game voice chat helps even more with this. If you've played this game with people, you know how funny this game can really be. Actually, this is one of those games you can just watch someone play and still understand. The entities in this game are super well designed. They can be complex like the loot bugs or just be out for blood. like a majority of them. The difference in the variety of enemies keeps the game fresh and adds a layer of replayability. But yeah, this game does borrow a bit from Phasmophobia, which I would have put on here if it didn't completely transform into an utterly terrifying game. Instead, I'm gonna talk about a game that I have more hands-on experience with.
I've only played Lethal Company for like 20 minutes, but I've watched a lot of it.
Content warning. This game has a very similar concept to Lethal Company, where you and 4 friends go into a creepy area and try not to get snatched by goobers. You search for loot and end up finding monsters for funny moments. In content warning, you search for creepy monsters to make clips of them. You record crazy scenarios to blow up on SpookTube, and you can actually watch the clips you record.
So here we are in the underground of Scotland. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be saying right now. Oh shit! Oh shit! Help me! Somebody take my mic! Take the mic! Please.
The whole purpose of this game is making funny moments. Not only that, but it leans into the goofiness, with enemies including a bomb skeleton, a ghost guy with a knife,
Knife guy.
a dog with a gun on his head, and Snail Man. The monsters here are a whole lot goofier than the ones in Lethal, because it's going for a more lighthearted horror. Not even dying matters in this game. I have a mountain of hilarious moments that I could put in the video, but for now, I'll just do a quick montage.
I shitted myself a little bit before we started recording. We lost Liz.
Oh, this is crazy, Papa.
What the f? Nate, come here!
Watch out behind you, bro! Spider! Timothy! Timothy's
Look at that. Marty, are you okay?
I'm finished.
Then there's the ones I can only dub the bait and switch horror games. Either the ones that start off scary and turn funny, or the other way around. For the former, I can bring up a game like Death Trip. It sets itself up as a regular horror game. You're investigating a murder, but the culprit is still in the building. You get there, the lights turn on, and then he fucking falls and the game ends. Expectation subversion. The other example is Doki Doki Literature Club. Don't look at me like that. I firmly believe this game had funny moments in Act 1. It starts off as a regular rom-com with maybe some serious undertones. I had a good laugh at the dialogue at points, but then the thing happens and the whole game changes. It's an amazing psychological horror. I would love for someone who have never played this game before to play it again in 2024. Oh my gosh, it would be such a reaction. Look, not many people will agree with this placement, but I do, and it's my video. Anyway, the point is, I love genre bending in video games. If you like horror games and enjoy me talking about them, watch my video about Poppy Playtime chapters. I reviewed all 3 of them. It's my most recent video. Like, go look. All right, that's all. Now I'm gonna slowly fall down in complete silence and it'll be really awkward before the outro plays.